Good evening. It is 8 Central, time for the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net. Heard Wednesday nights here on the K5A system, transmitting from the University of Texas at Austin, covering the greater Austin area. This is Kilo India Alpha. My name is Young, and I'll be your net control for the evening. This is a controlled net, meaning stations should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times. You can hear us on the University Link repeater system, 441.325 positive offset with PL 97.4 and the In5OAK repeater system. You can also check in through Echolink on the node Kilo Alpha 5 Delta Romeo. There are other ways of checking into your system, and you can find the details at the website ki5v.com/repeaters. Please give a couple of seconds between transmissions to allow all system links to communicate with each other. Is there any emergency or priority traffic on this frequency? If so, please call KI5GAA now. Alright, nothing heard. We won't have any scheduled breaks to check for emergency traffic, but we will gladly yield the air if any station calls with emergency traffic. Is KN4LRA on the air?
Hey Young, this is KN4LRA.
Great, thanks for doing backup today.
No problem, let's rock and roll.
Yeah. Alright. The UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net is a social net with the purpose of bringing local radio operators together to share knowledge, discuss club activities, and keep in touch. All hens are invited, both new and experienced, and no club membership is required. If you're new to the net, the way this works is very simple. It will invite everyone listening to check into the net. We'll start with short-time check-ins for stations who just have a few minutes with us, then move on to general check-ins and comment time. Once we've got everyone checked in, I'll go down the list one at a time and meet each of you before. You'll have the opportunity to either ask a question pertaining to the radio hobby, tell us about something you've been working on recently, or just say hello. If you missed the first round of check-ins, don't worry. We'll ask for check-ins again after we've gone through the initial list to give latecomers a chance. Responded with your question, topic, or shout-out, we'll ask for the call signs of anyone with a comment about what you said, and then move down the list to the next individual. This is the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, hosted by the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. here on the K5Z repeater system. If you're just joining us, be sure your tone is set to 97.4 if you wish to participate. This is Kilo India 5, Tango India Alpha. My name is Young, net control operator. Alright, let's move to check-ins. So during check-in, please key in your mic, say, "This is," unkey your mic, wait a moment to hear if anyone else started speaking at the same time, and if clear, key in again and slowly and clearly state your call sign and first name. When giving your call sign, please use standard ITU phonetics to know them. This gives everyone the opportunity to learn the phonetics and makes it easier for net control to write down check-ins. We're going to ask first for short-time check-ins. Short-time means stations who don't have long with us this evening. To keep things brief, we won't take general comments for the short-timers from other stations. Once a station checks in, we will acknowledge that station and ask for any remaining short-time check-ins. If you're out there and know you've got just a few minutes tonight, but still want to say you've checked into the net, call now with your call sign and first short-time station.
This is November 5, Echo, India Foxtrot, stroke 6, Samir and Cupertino, short time.
I got November 5, Echo India Foxtrot. Nice to see you today, Samir. Any other short time check-ins? Please call now. Alright, I don't hear anything else. KN4 LRA, I got one short time. Do you have the same?
Hey, Young, this is KN4LRA. Yep, just got the one there, Samir. Great to hear you out there, and thank you for checking in as always. I guess everyone's just waiting around for the general check-in. Everyone's got to have a lot to say tonight. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move forward. KN4LRA, back to you.
Great, thank you. And yeah, glad to hear you, Samir. Hope you're doing well. Alright, now we're going to move into regular check-ins. This is KF5PAA, net control for the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net. We're now looking for regular check-ins. After we get the initial list of regular check-ins, we will give the floor to each of you, and then to any stations who wish to respond. To comment, please give your call sign. Any and all stations, please call now with your call sign and first name to check into the net with a question, a discussion topic, or even just a hello. No membership required. Any licensed operators are welcome.
KI5PZN Ernesto.
Alright, I got Kilo India 5, Zulu November, Ernesto.
This is.
KB5MPJ, Kilo Bravo 5, Mike Papa Juliet, Jason and Beta.
Alright, I got Kilo 5, Mike Papa Juliet, Jason. Alright, any other regular check-ins? Alright, thank you. I don't hear any other ones. KN4 LRA, I got 2. What do you have?
This is KN4LRA. I've got the 2 as well. And then I guess plus you and me plus Samir makes 5 total so far. But looking forward to hearing everyone's comments, and maybe we'll give some people another chance to check in at the end once we talk to Ernesto and Jason, just in case anyone is a little late getting the radio on. KN4LRA, back to you.
Great, thank you, Matthew. Alright, so I have one comment from the club, I guess. There is a meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the ETC if any club members are listening in. That's about it. Matthew, do you have any comments, KN4 LRA?
Hey, Young, not much to report from my side here. I've been pretty busy with the schoolwork this week. I had my first lab for my electromech class on Monday evening, so I've had to kind of spend a lot of my time here putting together the graphs and the lab write-up for that class. You know, it's kind of funny that I'm in aerospace engineering, and this is the first time that I've even vaguely touched anything that resembles electrical throughout the entire 4 years. And even with that, they already had all the circuits pre-made for us. So, you know, me as a ham and a little bit of an electronics techie was a little disappointed when I walked into the lab and saw that they'd set everything up for us, so we just had to do the easy part. But, you know, at least that's what I get to spend some of my free time working with the ham gear to, you know, scratch that urge on the other side as well. On the radio side, one project that I've been thinking about working on pretty soon here, ordered the parts for it. I'm going to be building another one of the All-Star nodes, kind of like the one that I put together over the summer, but this one's going to use a lower power transmitter, and it's going to be a little bit more portable than the one that I made that's still back in Florida. I do have one question for you, Young. Where are you operating from tonight? Are you in the shack, or are you somewhere else?
Can4LRA, yeah, I'm actually in the shack on the Yaesu VX1R handheld we got donated, I think it was last semester. But glad to hear about the All-Star Node project. That seems really interesting. When you get it finished, please show like at a meeting or something. I think everyone would enjoy that.
I definitely will, and I've been, at least when I did it the first time, I actually put together a write-up that I've been meaning to finish and either put on my own website or on the Slack for the club members that kind of walks through all of the steps to be able to put something like this together. It's a surprisingly easy process if you've got a soldering iron and $10 and a Raspberry Pi laying around, so definitely something that would be a good project, and I will make sure to do that. Bring it into a meeting once I get that done. Probably won't be anytime soon, but we'll see. The reason I was asking about the where you were operating from, I have my second radio here on the input frequency for the repeater, and noticed that you were just barely breaking the squelch, but when I kind of moved over towards the door, you were just barely, you know, readable on the input frequency. Figured that wasn't going to be any of the big antennas at the shack, but very interesting to see that little handheld radio on the air. That's all from me. Yeah, back to you. This is KM4LRA.
Great, yeah, I'd love to see the write-ups whenever you get down to it. And yeah, I really like this handheld so far, although I feel like the PCP button is a bit erratic, but it's worked so far, I suppose. Alright, so next on the list we have Kilo India 5, Papa Zulu November. Ernesto, do you have any comments?
AI5A Hello, Young. Thank you for running the net. It's good to hear everybody. Samir, Matthew, and Jason viewed as well. What was gonna say? Yeah, I would love to see that right up, Matthew, on the All-Star. I'm interested in that. Let's see, usual stuff, just working, not a whole lot of time for radio in the last couple of days, but I'm glad you guys are running the net so I can come in and check in and chat with you guys. That's about it. Just wanted to say a quick hi to everybody, and hope that everybody's having a good one. Back to net control. This is AI5PZN.
Thank you, Ernesto, for checking in, and glad to hear you're doing well. I realized I forgot to call for comments about Matthew's comments, I guess. So, are there any now? This is KF5TIA. Alright, nothing heard. So next on the list, Kilo Bravo 5, Mike Papa Juliet, Jason. do you have any comments for us?
This is KB5MPJ. Yeah, not too much going on. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear about the All-Star stuff too. I've never used it, but I've been interested in it. As far as what I've been doing recently, last night me and some other hands, we did a little experiment with JS8 call, kind of an interesting HF digi mode. We've been doing that the past few weeks trying to figure it out. It's got a lot of features and a lot of things you can do with it, like message forwarding, and you can relay messages through other stations and things like that. It's pretty interesting. And that's pretty much all I've had time for this week in radio. Back to net control.
Glad to hear it. I think last semester, Kenneth from the club, he actually demoed JSA calls. Very interesting, especially the message forwarding you mentioned. Are there any comments for Jason? This is Kilo India 5, Tango India Alpha. All right, nothing heard. All right. Sorry, there is some issue. All right. This is KF5TIA with the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net. We are now calling for late regular check-in. To check-in, please call now with your call sign and first name.
This is Whiskey Zulu 5, Bravo Bravo Sierra, Rusty, Northwest Austin.
All right, I got Whiskey Zulu 5, Bravo Bravo Sierra, Rusty. All right, I don't hear any other ones. Rusty, do you have any comments for us? This is Kilo India 5, Tango India Alpha.
Hey everybody on the net. We had our Fox crawl last weekend, which was a lot of fun. We missed you, Matthew. I don't even know if you're old enough to drink, but you should have come along. We went to 5 different bars and had a Fox transmitter in the truck, so everybody had to find where we were headed next with their Yagis and their 2-meter radios. So that was a lot of fun. And then also I've been messing around with our DMR repeater, so if anybody out there has a DMR radio, I think Matthew does, the 441-300 now has a net every night. We've got the amateur astronomy net tonight, although they did say canceled it for the night, but it usually will be on Wednesday. We have tech nets, rag chews, round tables, the sound check net, RV net, train net, all kinds of fun stuff. So if you're looking for something to do and you're looking for a reason to go and monkey with your code plug and do some fun, go check out the web, n5oak.org, and go look at the weekly nets, and it gives you all the details about what's going on. But I've been playing over in the DMR land pretty much this whole time, so I've been pretty vacant, and I've been working a lot as well. So I have not had a whole lot of time to do the radio. It looks like I'm going to be running the net tomorrow for the club, so if anybody out there is listening, we'd love to have you. That's about all I got. We'll send it back to Net Control, WZ5BBS.
Glad to hear about the Fox, whatever it's called. Yeah, that sounds really cool. I've been hoping to set up Fox Hunt for the for UTARC, but I don't know how that'll turn out. And the amateur astronomy net seems very interesting. Are there any comments for Rusty? This is KF5TAA.
KN4LRA.
All right, Matthew, do you have something?
Hey, Rusty, thank you for checking in tonight. Yeah, I'm definitely a little bit disappointed about missing the Fox crawl. I still do mean to get out there and come meet you all in person at some point here. Saturday was the Alabama game, so we were all up bright and early at the wonderful hour of 5 a.m. to go get in line for the student section. And funny enough, 5 a.m. did not get you at the beginning of the line, or in fact anywhere close to the beginning of the line. So it was a long day for us, including some of the activities that y'all participated in the afternoon at those bars, beginning much earlier while we were waiting in line. Left us all wiped out by the time 2 or 3 p.m. came around, especially after how riveting that game was up until the end with the very disappointing loss by UT. But hopefully again, in the future I'll be able to make it out. And I know you guys have things going all the time, so hopefully eventually my schedule will line up and me and maybe some of the other club members will be able to make it out as well. One more thing, I do in fact have a DMR handheld, so I need to get back on and make sure the code plug is all in order to be able to get into the DMR repeater. Now that you all are going to be on there a lot more often, maybe I'll try to check into a couple more nets. My question for you is going to be, which one of the top groups does the Tuesday night sound check net go on? Is that on the time slot 1 or the time slot 2?
So much, and then the question at the end, I love it. Yeah, so I had a friend that was down here. He went to the game. His girlfriend's daughter is a student at UT as well. She got there at 4:30 in the morning to wait in line for tickets, and had a similar experience. By the time the game was over, she didn't drink at all, but he said that she was throwing up and everybody was just completely dead from heat exhaustion, and that everybody was just completely soaked the whole game. But he said it was a magical game. He was super glad that he went, but it was kind of an ass whoop, so it was kind of a little bit of both. But yeah, all of the DMR nets are on time slot 1 as well. We're monitoring all of, Texas statewide, Texas chat, Texas TAC, USA Area 5, and something else. It's all on the web. Go look at it. But yeah, everything is on time slot 1. And then if you go look at the nets, the weekly nets, it breaks them down by day, and it will tell you time slot and the talk group and all that kinds of fun, so you can totally go and update your code plug.
That's perfect. Well, at some point here, I will get my radio plugged into the computer, try to get set up for that. I know there's one that I put on here maybe 2 years ago, but I'm sure it's out of date by now, given that I have not tried getting on DMR since then. But I'll check that out and let you know if I have any trouble getting on. This is KN4LRA, back to net control.
Great. Do we have any other comments for Rusty?
Another check-in.
Great. What's your call sign, please?
Kilo 5 Echo Juliet Lima. Let the time get away from me here. I'm usually in here. Over. My name is Joe.
All right. I got Kilo 5 Echo Juliet Lima. Joe, thanks for checking in.
Sir, thank you.
All right. Joe, do you have any comments for us tonight?
No, not really. I don't think I have really anything to report that's new.
All right. Well, thank you for checking in. Hopefully we can see you at another club meeting sometime. All right. Any other late check-ins tonight? This is KA5A.
Alpha India 5, Oscar Sierra.
All right. I got Alpha India 5, Oscar Sierra. I didn't hear a name.
Sorry about that. Name is Justin, and the call is AI5OS, Artificial Intelligence 5 Operating System, or AI5OS, here from Northwest Austin, over.
Sorry, I didn't catch the name. Could you repeat it, please?
So the name is Justin. That's Juliet Uniform Sierra Tango India November. Over.
Great. Thank you, Justin, for checking in. Do you have any comments for us tonight?
No. Not too much going on here. It's fall, and man, I'm kind of excited. I've hoping I can find a way to get a loop put up here. I have been trying to get a loop and see what that does up here at the QTH. And I am kind of curious. I'm coming into you on this very neat headset. It was I found on eBay for $40. It's called AudioCom. That's AudioCom spelled Charlie Oscar Mike Mike, and it was adapted for. Looks like they make several adaptations for different radios. They had one here that was adapted for the Kenwood TS2000, which is my radio, but I think they make different models for the others. You know, I'm kind of impressed with the audio quality for what it is, and you know, I'm hoping the microphone sound of it. I use it on HF a bit, and but I also use it obviously here on the VHF UHF side. So if y'all hear me and I sound okay, then it's worth the money. So anyway, not too much else going on. Just great job you're doing there on the net. And most importantly, don't let the worst of us get the best of you. This is AI5OS.
Glad to hear that, Justin. Always glad to hear about eBay deals. And so your voice quality sounds great. Better than mine, probably. I'm on a little handheld. So any other comments for Justin? KF5TA.
I have another comment for you, sir, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
You don't just, I can tell this, you may have been on the radio, or this may be your first time doing it. You're doing an excellent job. Just relax. You know, a net like this, you know, we're all kind of here having fun talking, having fun. So just relax. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. And, you know, enjoy yourself, man. That's what this is all about, right? This is, you know, this is just getting together, having fun. So don't be afraid to relax a little bit, and you know, and just enjoy. You know, at Ham Radio's heart, it's a fraternity, and it is the getting together of like-minded people. So, you know, great job. AI5OS.
Thank you very much for the supportive words. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun right now, but it is my first time, so a little stressful. All right. Any other comments? I don't hear anything.
Hey, Young, I think we lost the second half of your transmission there, KN4LRA.
Alright, I was just asking if there are any other check-ins for tonight. KI5TA.
This is KI5UOG, checking in. This is Ethan.
Sorry, could you repeat the call sign again? I got KI5U,
Kilo India 5, Uniform Oscar Golf.
Alright, I got Kilo India 5, Uniform Oscar Golf from Ethan. Thank you for checking in. Ethan, do you have any comments for us? KI5TA.
No comments right now.
Okay, well, glad to hear from everyone. Any other late check-ins? Alright, KN4LRA, I got 9 check-ins for tonight, including us two. Does that match up with what you have?
This is KN4LRA. Yes, I have 9 check-ins. Back to you.
Thanks very much. Alright, so thank you all for joining us for the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, a service of the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club, call sign November 5, X-Ray Uniform. We're right here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for the net. We are the official amateur radio club of the University of Texas at Austin. For more information, please visit http://n5xu.org, where you can read about the club and sign up for our email list. I'm Young, call sign Kilo India 5, Tango India Alpha, and from my QTH here in the N5XU shack, 7-3, and thanks again. The system is now returned to regular amateur use.
KI5TIA from KN4LRA.
WB5TXW, over.
Sorry, I think 2 people overlapped. This is KI5TA.
I doubled on TXW. TXW, go ahead. This is KN4LRA.
KF5CCN, do you hear WB5TXW, over? WB5TXW, clear.
George, we can hear you. I don't know if you're trying to call someone specific.
Thank you for your concerns. Yes, I was. WB5TXW, bye-bye.
Okay. KI5TIA from KN4LRA.
I'm here, what is it? KI5TA?
Hey, Young, great job with the net tonight. Never would have known that this was your first net if I hadn't been on the Slack there and saw that it was the first time, so great job. And thank you to everyone who checked in and gave Young a great first shot here, so this is awesome, and hopefully you'll be willing to step up and do it again in the future. And for LRA, back to you.
And for LRA, thank you very much for the kind words. It was really fun running the net. I'd be glad to do it in the future. Of course, if anyone else wants to do it, it doesn't always have to be me, but I feel like since I am in a leadership role, I probably should run it a bit more than during the summer. All right, this is KFFTA.
Yeah, well, again, thanks for doing it, and, I would also enjoy it as well, so anytime you're not able to make it or no one else is, I will gladly take the reins. So we'll coordinate over Slack, but thanks again, and have a great night. This is KN4LRA, and I'll be clear on your final.
Sounds good. Hope to see you at the meeting tomorrow if you have time. All right, goodbye, KF5TA.
I should be there, but I might have to leave a little bit early because I got to be somewhere at 7. So, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. KN4LRA 73, and I'll be clear.
7-3. Hope to see you there. Bye.
WZ5BBS from CAN4LRA. Rusty, are you still out there?
This is AI5OS.
Hey Justin, this is CAN4LRA. Matthew, good to hear you on again. I was just trying to get to Rusty because I noticed earlier that the net wasn't making it over to the 320, it was only making it on to the rest of the N5OAK net. Do you know, is the link down there again?
I heard some scuttlebutt about that. I did hear a little scuttlebutt about that recently. I thought it was down, and somebody was going to put it back up, and then I think it was down again.
Oh man, the saga continues, I guess. I did look on the Discord and didn't see anything there. The last message was on the 2nd, saying it was up again, but who knows, guess it could be something intermittent.
That 5BBS is looking for me, Matthew.
You may be right. You back in town?
Hey, I think y'all doubled there. Rusty, go ahead.
Got a text alert that you were looking for me on a repeater.
Hey, yeah, just a quick question for you. Is the link to the 320 down again? I noticed that we weren't making it over there with the net tonight, but we're still making it over to the others on the y'all system.
Yeah, that thing's been a pain in my rear, man. So we switched it out to the cellular, and everything's been working great, and it died again. And of course, in pure Murphy's Law, the guy that allows us or that answers our emails to give us access to the tower is on vacation this week. So I emailed him on Monday, and I got a reply back about 2 minutes later, and I was like, sweet, here we go. And it's like, I'm out of the office until Friday. So hopefully we will get that back on next week. And we've got some things we're going to do so that whenever the internet goes down, it'll automatically reboot that thing. I don't know if there's too much RF at the tower or what, but that little cellular hotspot seems to be just taking it for the team about every other week is what it seems like.
Oh man, well I definitely could understand the RFI thing being at the base of the tower there. I know I saw something at some point, I think maybe it was on Kyle's Discord about doing an RF link over there, but I don't know whether there's any chance that that could pan out or not.
Well, I wouldn't say it's completely stable. It's just, every time we have to get access to the tower, you got to jump through so many hoops. And, we haven't been over there in 2 years. And in the last, 2 months, we've been over 4 times. So we're trying to be low-key as much and try to not cause as many problems as we can. But we also have to get this thing up and running. So at least it's up. The first time it died, the whole thing just went down. So at least the repeater's up and running. But the internet link is down. And if we can't get it figured out, in the next couple of months, then, we're going to have to find a backup plan or something else. We moved off of Wi-Fi to cellular because our situation changed. So that's what it is. It's that little cellular puck, and we'll get this figured out, or we'll find a plan B. But just hang tight, man, because it's as frustrating and annoying as it is to you as it is to me. I promise.
Well, good luck with that. I'm interested to hear what you'll come up with to get that figured out, because I'm sure it'll be something creative. This is CAN4LRA. Have a great night, Rusty.
Thanks, man. In reality, it's probably going to be a hammer and a large bottle of bourbon, but either way, I'll keep you in the loop. WZ5BBS.
AI5OS from CAN4LRA. Justin, you still out there?
I'm still here. Absolutely.
Hey, man, figured I'd get Rusty there while he was on. But to answer your question, yeah, I'm back in town. I've been back for, I guess, maybe 5.5 weeks now. We started school 4 weeks ago, so I'm pretty much locked here now.
Nice. Very nice indeed. That sounds like fun. Well, how many folks are in your club?
We're a pretty small club. In terms of, active members we see all the time, probably somewhere between 5 and 10 people. But we get all kinds of people that come in and, come to our meetings, talk about being, interested in learning about ham radio, getting their licenses, things like that. At our last meeting, we had 5 people who all wanted to get their licenses. So it looks like we're going to be on the up here and hopefully getting more people licensed soon.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. That sounds like fun. Well, I may have, you guys have, blah, blah. Do you guys have room to put up more antennas and such, or is that not you kind of have to work with what you go with?
Well, now that is a tricky question, and I'm probably not the best person to give you the 100% answer. In terms of do we have room, absolutely we do have room. There's a lot of space up on that building there, and as long as we're able to get the permission to put more stuff up, there is plenty of space to put it up there. Then the permission is the second part, the more challenging part there. They don't really like the UT students just being able to waltz on up to the roof, so we got to go through a couple of hoops to get the key to the roof, and I'm sure if we're, drilling in anything in terms of mounting new large antennas, someone's going to want to know instead of us just going up there and doing that on and without telling anyone. So a little bit of a complicated question there, but I'm hoping to get a new 2-meter, 70-centimeter vertical up there for the club to use for things like the net or just doing simplex, given that everything we've got right now is horizontally polarized up on the tower.
Well, I may have something that I would donate to the club if it would be of use. Just got to get it down and get something up in its place.
So what do you got there?
Well, I have a. I mean, it's not a 2-meter, 70-centimeter. Antenna. It is it's an 80-meter off-center fed dipole. It's 30. What is it? 45 on. It's a total of 77 feet across. So it's 30. What is it? 35 and 45 feet. And it's loaded on the center with a coil, and it's got a ballon. And it works. I think it would work in the right place. There is something around here that it just doesn't like. I've never gotten it to work quite like I wanted it to in my space. My NFED that I have runs circles around it. That being said, that doesn't mean that it doesn't work. I think it would work, but I think it's obviously going to take a lot of a bit to play with, and it's got to be tuned, so it's got to be a case of somebody's got to get up there, fold it in back, you got to sweep it, maybe lengthen it in, sweep it, fold it in, sweep it, to get it to resonate where you want it. But I do think it would work, and so saying if I could either the possibility of getting some help to get it taken down, or and get another antenna that I've got up in its place, if it's doable, and if it's not doable, that's okay. But get it taken down. I think I could possibly let y'all use that because it's got it supposedly has a kilowatt ballon on it. but like I said, I think that it's there's something here on my roof where this particular antenna sits that it doesn't like. But that doesn't mean, like I said, if you're willing to kind of say, acknowledge, hey, this is a project antenna, you certainly might be able to open to the idea of letting you guys try this thing out and see what happens.
Well, I appreciate you thinking of us there. We actually already do have an 80-meter and a 40-meter dipole up on the roof there, so I'm not sure in terms of improving our capabilities whether it'll be the right fit, but if you do need help getting it down, definitely just let us know, and if we can help you out with that, we'd be happy to. If you're going to try to find another home for it with someone who can make use of it, and maybe it'll improve capabilities for someone.
I think it would. I think that what happens is this antenna's got such a high IQ that there's something electrical around here that I don't know about that it's seeing, and it's going, oh, I'm going to change all the resonating points of it. I'm going to, not resonate where you think I should resonate. And so when I try to use it, it can get a little squirrely sometimes. That being said, I think if it were set up in the right place, I think it would work quite well for somebody.
Roger that. Well, like I said, if you ever need any help getting it down, I think you should have my cell phone number. I remember we did text at one point in the past. So yeah, feel free to let me know if you need a hand with that.
Okay, yeah, no, I will do that. I'll kind of see what my plans look like here in the next couple of weeks to get that and everything else. I will tell you, if you guys don't have an infed, man, what an antenna. I put one up, and I got to tell you, for what it is, it's like the best antenna ever. I mean, it's if you want an antenna that just works, that is the ticket.
Very interesting. Well, I'll have to check with some of the other club members that spend more time playing on HS and out what our 80-meter and our 40-meter are. I would take a wild guess and say that they're probably center fed, just because of the simplicity of it, but I have not been up on that roof for 2 years, so I do not know. I will have to check. This is Can4 LRA.
Roger that. This is AI5OS. No, I hear you. I hear you completely. I know how that goes. Cool, man. Well, yeah, no, I mean, definitely stay in touch, and, like I said, I mean, yeah, I paid for it, and, whatever, but I'm certainly not averse to, I'm certainly not averse to, I just want to try to help out where I can, because, there have been plenty of people who have, had, no trouble, or who have been willing to help me out. And, if I need some antenna work done, people have been, very nice about doing that. And so I always want to make sure that if the opportunity presents itself in some way that I can give back. So that's kind of the goal here.
Hey, well, I absolutely understand that, and we definitely appreciate it. I know it's, from our perspective, it's nice even just having you on the net here to talk to people and help keep the chatter going. It's great for our members, and great to keep the club's name out there. So even with little things like checking in every Wednesday, means a lot to the club.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I'm happy to do it. I mean, hey, let's be real. I'm, I'm working everything else, and I wish I could contribute more. I wish there was more, mechanical stuff that I could do. Right. Thing is, I've kind of gone into this point where I'm like, ooh, I want to see what this antenna does. How does it work? And I wish I really am trying to see if I can come up with a way to build my own antenna. What I'm actually trying to do is come up with a system that I could use to, if I want to put up an antenna, I can put it up. Well, that's easy enough for me to put up an antenna and, get it up so that it's deployed safely. And, be able to say, oh, I like this antenna, or no, I don't. I'm going to take it down. And because I have tried and begged people to, hey, can I borrow a ladder to get the experience of, I'd like to get up on my roof and try to put something up and or take it down, and everybody tells me, oh, hell no, you're not borrowing my ladder. So I just, hey, I figure I could get up there. I might have to crawl on my hands and knees, because obviously I wouldn't walk up there straight, and I'm not even sure that I would have a cane, use my cane, because, you hit that drop off, that's it. And I think my roof has a pretty high pitch to it. But it's something I would like to have the experience of being able to do to know how to do it.
Well, I haven't done too much with big antennas, but let me tell you what I had set up back in Florida before I moved out here, because this might be of interest to you. None of my antennas ever went up over the roof. They were just kind of over the backyard. And the antenna that I had was a dipole for 20 meters. What I did with that antenna was I went up and I got, a ladder on each corner of the yard and put a pulley up in the trees at each corner of the yard, and then ran a line through the pulley to a cleat down at ground level, and on the other end put a carabiner on there so that I could clip the antenna on and off easily. And that was super nice because I never even had to go up the ladder because I didn't really like being up on the ladder to begin with. And that way all I had to do was clip on the antenna, grab the other end of the rope, and pull it up into the air to get it up, 20 or 25 feet. And then when I was done with it, you just untied the end and pulled it right on back down.
Well, that's nice. That's nice. And I've got some mast here, so sounds like something I could probably try to get set up here, because I've got through a little bit of trading I did, I've got another 80-meter dipole that I'd like to try to see how that works.